Moving to New York, can you help me out with something? Can you buy me a coffee? And do you have 50 cents? You will be asked every day. The $2 swipe don't even exist no more because the homeless were just kicking their gate open and messing up their business. Like I was on 125th and having a whole argument, and the guy was like, stop kicking the gate. And she kept on doing it. Every Dunkin' Donuts got one homeless guy right behind you in line to ask you for a coffee or some money. And they will look you straight in your eye every morning and not even acknowledge that man leaning on you. Every McDonald's and Wendy's got themselves a door opener. And actually no one. He makes like $80 a day.
No.
Every McDonald's. His job is not to open the door for you. It's to keeping the homeless people from entering the McDonald's. He's security and a door opener. I know, he told me they do it in shifts.
Smart.
Asking me for 50 cents is crazy because I haven't had change in 10 years.
This man found a human in his burger. Remember what Putin said about America eating its own? This is crazy.
Before I went home, went to bed, and I get home halfway through my tray, all my cheese curds are gone, almost done with my barbecue sandwich. And I bite into this tooth. It's a chip. Very likely that these fast food chains are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I've been learning about that. I've been staying away from, the main ones. I'm starving. There's no being sick to my stomach.
I went to Publix the other day, me and my daughter. I was very uneasy in my spirit. I'm talking about so uneasy that I cannot even concentrate. And I'm about to walk in the store. I'm like, Lord, what is going on? Why am I feeling like this? We begin to walk in the store. My daughter, we're holding hands. And I see this thing walk up to me that looks like a human, but I know it is not. He literally tries to fist bump me. I was like, I look him dead in his eyes, I say, I don't do that. The look on his face when I told him that was almost priceless. Then he proceeded to say, oh, I need $49. I'm like, no, I don't have any money. And the uneasy feeling that I was feeling, it eased up a little bit. But like, damn, my head's hurting. So I began to pray over her. And I realized that the guy's wife, or whatever it was, this thing was not human. I don't care. You can say I'm crazy. But as I'm walking more with Christ, I'm starting to be able to discern who is human and who is not. And so I walked away. If I had fist bumped this guy, or if I had given him money, or either or, what I think they were trying to do was come into agreement with my finances because he was asking me for money. Then he asked me for $49. Why was somebody paying $49 in cash? That doesn't mean that you need to really watch out and make sure that you are discerning what is going on around you. Because these things cannot just walk up to you, okay? They cannot. The Lord has to allow it. But I knew that it was a test because the first time I failed, I touched that thing and I paid dearly. To the guy that touched me the first time. And let me very, very similar everything. You can see them with your spiritual eyes. You can tell. Ask the Lord to open your spiritual eyes to see when somebody's human and when they're not. But I'm telling you, we are not just walking amongst each other. There are certain seeds of Satan that exist, and they cannot go to heaven. That's why you cannot preach to everybody, and you cannot pray for everybody, and you cannot touch everybody. I'm not telling you live in fear, but have discernment. Okay? So that's all I wanted to say in this video.
These guys built a $40 billion tech company 7,000 miles away from Silicon Valley. Before Mike Cannon-Brooks graduated from the University of New South Wales, he sent an email to every student asking if anybody wanted to do a startup instead of taking a job. The only reply was from a guy named Scott Farquhar. The duo would go on to build Atlassian into a collaboration software giant, and they did it by doing the opposite of every other tech company. Mike and Scott's first product was a debugging tool for software teams called Jira, launched in 2002. Their first breakthrough happened when American Airlines purchased their software after discovering the website. At the time, most tech companies had huge sales teams and were selling software over the course of many months for tens of thousands of dollars. Since American Airlines bought their product without the need for a single sales call, Scott and Mike had a realization. Sell cheap software that could be purchased quickly and that didn't need huge sales teams to sell. There's more that makes the story of Atlassian unique, though. The company is still headquartered in Australia, which keeps it innovative outside the Silicon Valley echo chamber. Mike and Scott also hold the rare title of co-CEOs, having made every decision side by side for over 2 decades. Only 4 years after starting the business, the founders launched the Atlassian Foundation to donate 1% of equity, profits, and time to charity. More than 18,000 companies have adopted this
10
policy.
pieces of indestructible Chinese glass. destroy them all at once. Get $10,000. At first, Bearded Man was extremely lucky. He threw a powerful bow and arrow. Ready to start. 1 arrow. He only penetrated 3 pieces of glass. 'Twas disappointing. The second contestant was also fairly lucky. Threw a slingshot. And crucially, the beads were made of pure iron. Only shattered 2 pieces of glass. The quality of Chinese glass is simply unbeatable. Third guy who came up was full of confidence. He drew a trident. Instantly, felt millions were just an arm's reach away. But Chinese glass taught him a harsh lesson. Only shattered 1 pane of glass. Fourth guy who came up, he drew an incredible axe. Smashed 4 panes of glass. Once again discouraged by the Chinese glass. And the most unlucky was the 5th contestant. Drew a brick. Swung the brick. Astonishingly, shattered 9 panes of glass. Currently the best in the field. Still missed $10,000 by a whisker. The 5th contestant to appear was quite lucky. He drew a hammer. He used all his skills. My god, 8 pieces of glass were instantly smashed. If he had been a bit stronger, he could have taken the grand prize home. The most unfortunate was this guy. Haha, he drew a boiled egg. You can imagine the result. Not a single piece of glass was broken. The last contestant was the most extraordinary. Drew a solid crystal steel ball. You think he could succeed? At the moment of action, he left everyone shocked and speechless. It was too stunning. Man aimed and swung hard. A heart-piercing arrow. 10 pieces of glass shattered instantly. The scene was immensely shocking. Man also successfully won.
I was gonna say that there's 2 of you. Cat's out the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. I'm cloned.
Okay, I appreciate
so I'm able to do all that I do.
I have a clone. I have a clone for music. I have a clone for film. I have a clone for my personal life. I have a clone for my family life as well. So
I was in
that's how it gets
secret
done.
unit in the IDF.
Yeah.
And I told Mom, listen, you cannot talk to people in Syria. If they find out that I'm in the service, they can kill the family there, or I don't know, stop it. She stopped. I finished my service. I was fed up with, not fed up. I was done. I did my part. I went to travel the world.
Yeah.
My mom called me and said, listen, I started talking to them. They need your help. ISIS is trying to kill them.
They need the rescue.
El-Nusra is trying to kill them.
El-Nusra.
The government of Syria is trying to kill them. Your cousin, who's your age, who you saw when you were a kid, 250 men from his village were taken by the military and they got killed. And now they want to take him. He doesn't know what to do. Please help me save him.
What do you do? How can you do
This guy has war stories.
So I contact him. I tell him, listen, go print right now 5 documents, copies of everything you have, birth ID, certificates, diplomas, I don't know what, laminate it, keep one with your mother, hide one in the house, give one to the neighbor, keep 2 on you.
Oh shit.
Go to Germany. Like many other people that are running, do that trail through Turkey, etc., etc., and I walk him through the path. But when you get to Germany, I told him, you go immediately and you give yourself to the police. You come to them with these documents, you tell them, hello, my name is, I'm not going to say his name.
Inigo Montoya.
My name is Inigo Montoya. And you come and tell them, I am an illegal immigrant. I am fleeing from my country. I'm seeking asylum. Hand yourself in. He did it. On the way there, he told me that he was in a boat that maybe 70% of it were actually terrorists. Not from Syria. He said like very, very people that are dark in their soul.
Yeah.
That were from Iraq, Afghanistan, I don't know what, burned their passports, said if anyone say a word, you kill them. Yeah, they just wanted to infiltrate Europe.
And they are all there now.
He gets to Europe.
And they all got asylum in your countries.
He goes to the police.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he goes to the police in Germany and they tell him like, leave us alone. What do you want from us? And he tells them, I want to hand myself in.
Yeah.
They give him money and they tell him, go to the next town, take a train, hand yourself there.
Wow.
Then he said, F them, enter the country. So he entered the country like this. Like imagine all the other bad guys.
Holy
So
shit.
they were so fed up with so many people coming to their town. They said,
That's
fuck off
crazy.
and
Yeah.
give that trouble to somebody
Zero
else. Border control.
When you take care of problems and shove it out down the carpet, under the carpet.
It was insane. It was insane.
Exactly.
And then I flew to Germany and I met with both of them. And one of them was kidnapped by ISIS and he fought and he ran away. And I met with them in a hotel in Germany for the first time.
Wow.
And I meet them at night. I bought the hotel room for all 3 of us and I said, I meet them. They look like me, man.
Wow.
He looks like my brother, like
Ashkar.
literally.
Wow.
I'm sitting Ashkar and my family is Ashkar.
Ashkar,
Ashkar. I was standing there and he's Ashkar. I was like, wow, he's a Syrian, like he's an enemy country. And we're sitting there, I said, wow.
And you're an IDF.
And then we did a
Like we did the same.
We did a video call, all of our moms.
Wow. Wow.
Crazy,
Wow.
sitting there, and we're sitting the 3.
Wow.
And the wow.
Touching, dude.
Amazing.
Touching. It's amazing.
I thought that I thought everything was going back in time, man. I don't know what I thought, but
every animal here ain't natural. Every plant ain't natural. The pig is not a natural animal. Neither is the rat. Or the mosquito is not a natural insect. Neither is the maggot, the fleas, bed bugs, roaches. None of that. Let me do you one deeper. The cotton, the little cotton bushes, where they made us pick the cotton at, those not natural plants neither. They put them there as well. Do you think we will place anything on the planet that will constrict us? If cotton hurts our electricity, do you think we had it on the planet naturally? No, we didn't. Cotton is not even a natural thing. But they'll have you thinking, oh, cotton grew from the natural cotton bushes. But the cotton bushes are not natural. Just like those are mountaintops. Those are tree stumps. Just like those aren't our real trees. Those are really our bushes we're looking at today. Just like America is really ancient Egypt. Just like you can walk to Africa from America too, through the Grand Canyon. Just like rainbows and stargates.
In the industry. So let's say a rapper signed to a label gets $1 million. At $1 million, most of these rappers are paying their manager 20%. So 20% is $200K. Most of them are also paying the lawyer $5 and the business manager $5. So that's 10% for them and 20% for the manager. So it's 30% total commissions that has to come off the top. So of the $1 million, take off $300K. Of that $700K, you are now in the tax bracket that's taxed around like 48%. Let's just call it 50, right? Cut that in half, $350. So $1 million is $350K net. The reason why motherfuckers go broke is because they get $1 million and think they have $1 million to spend. You got $1 million and you went to go buy a $900,000 house. Now you're broke, living beyond your means, and you're no better off than you were when you were before the deal.
The body part. It's the operational core of your biological illusion. A self-firing, voltage-fed command node wrapped in nerves, pretending to be you. Every choice you think you make is just post-event narration lagging behind a spike of electricity that already decided. It doesn't ask for permission. It registers motion, logs emotion, maps trauma into executable behavior, and feeds your mouth a story to keep the ego entertained. You're not the driver. You're the voiceover. This thing fires first and lets you rationalize later. What you call mind is just a holographic interface coded by this wet circuit to keep the meat from panicking. This isn't your nervous system. It's your operating system. And it booted before you ever thought the word out.
I'm not saying that shape affects us, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. Have you ever wondered why everything around you is a cube? Prisons, schools, offices, homes, all square, all boxed in. Ever ask why? Because cubes trap energy. Ancient civilizations knew this. That's why their temples, their homes, never square. Their roofs pointed to the sky, allowing energy to flow. They understood something we've been made to forget. If you could astral project into a prison, you'd see it, feel it. The energy, stagnant, suffocated, unable to escape. That's the point. Control, containment, compression. Now look around you. Look at your walls. Your city skyline, a grid of squares, a world of boxes. Do you think that's by accident?
It does seem sketchy.
See? The ancients built for the mind. They understood that your environment shapes your thinking. You surround people with beauty, with complexity, with wonder, and they think bigger, dream bigger. But if you surround them with lifeless boxes, you limit them. You keep them small. Everything we see molds our minds.
เรายืนแบบนี้แล้วนั่งลง
I've been to Sedona many times, but just recently learned about this modernized house at the top of a 200-foot cliff. Although the futuristic design is intriguing, my attention was drawn to something else. Well, actually a couple things. The first being this metallic ring to the right side of the house. This isn't just any metallic ring. This is the entranceway to get up to the house, because the only way up to the house is a 3-minute tram ride. That's right, they have a tram. And the back patio looks to be set up like the skywalk at the Grand Canyon. The other thing I found intriguing, and that leads me to believe that the builder, Lyndon Good, may have a deeper understanding of things, is this metallic doorway, which doesn't seem to lead to anything, aside from the thought of the image I posted in one of my older videos, of what kind of looks like a closed-up doorway. Either way, you can't convince me rain created those ledges. Sedona is also home to the birthing cave, aka Doorway in the Rocks, or Doorway to the World. Not to mention, Sedona is also known for its vortex areas. You'd also have no trouble finding a UFO tour, which you're bound to see some type of anomalous event. Back to this home, and the builder, Lyndon Good, I believe he's tapped into some truth, and that these designs weren't random. Also probably well aware of the times we're living in and what could potentially happen right around the corner. Living on top of a 200-foot cliff is probably the next best thing to a bunker.
Can anybody tell me why there's declassified documents from the CIA showing that our human bodies have liquid crystals in them? The same crystals, just like radios use to pick up frequencies. Isn't it a coincidence that neuroscientists have just launched a whole study showing that our consciousness, gut feelings, actually can time travel? So does that mean that our consciousness is picking up radio signals or messages from the future? Interesting. There's a fire.
What's the most chilling case you've ever investigated in Corpus Christi?
Now, of course, the one that everybody wants to talk about is the one that we were featured on Discovery Channel show, A Haunting. And a lot of people ask, why don't we say the name of the street? We made a promise, and when we make a promise to keep a residential investigation confidential, we do it. Unfortunately, the newspaper guy who wrote the article about it, he was a little smart and went to the people who were renting the house, and but I'd have to say that investigation's up there at least in the top 3. That house, you did not feel welcomed in that house. I mean, it was, every time you walked in, it was an energy of just hate, of just, some of the EVPs, it's like on TV it says, I'm here for the girl, but the real EVP said, I'm here for the child. And it focused a little bit on, because there was 2 other children there, but it focused around the children of the home, and it was just something that was going after them. To the point of, it's real where he tries to get the door open, and that's missing it. He couldn't get the door open. It was like, it was a brick wall. They couldn't get through it.
Look, guys, gone in 2021. Wait. It's a wild guess why, but we're running binary codes here, guys, off the thing.
Get away from me.
Guys, we're right here at the cemetery, and this person was gone in 2023, and we're collecting binary codes. We have both of our phones on airplane mode, so it collects no binary codes at all. But when you get close to her grave, look, you had a number right there. Get close. Look, 2022, guys. Binary codes up the ass right there. There's information coming out of the graves, guys. And doctor, just so everybody knows, because they think. Look, guys, that grave is giving binary codes.
Taxi boy. Hi. What the hell is in the window? Caitlin, do you see that? Come here, look in the window. What is this? What is that? I don't know.
And we're talking. We're getting ready to go out for the first time. This is the first time we're going out to the meadow. And it's 10 a.m., something like that. Sun's up. Wasn't cloudy, anything like that. So we're not talking about it at night. And I just remember looking around, and I felt uneasy And I noticed Jack's face first. And he looked like he was crying to start with, but then it looked like his face was changing. So I'm thinking, man, maybe I need some water or something, you know. So I drank some water.
And you even, in that moment, called Jack out on it across the circle. You looked at Jack and said, Jack, you okay?
I did.
I was like...
And he said, yeah, man, I'm fine. But in that moment, even when he said he was fine, his face was like melting almost, which is really weird to think about. And then I look down the line of people in the circle, and you were okay. Caleb was not. Caleb's face was all melting. And I can't remember the other two now because I believe they were part of the ASOC team. But it was sporadic. But it was just 4 people out of the group of like 8 to 10 or whatever that was in the group getting ready to go out there. So I'm thinking, there's no way. Because I'm going to think rationally first that, okay, maybe I'm just seeing this. Maybe it's, you know, whatever. But I mentioned it to you. Yeah. It's like, man, I'm not feeling too great. I just saw people's faces melting. And I was like, you remember that whole demon face syndrome thing?
I just pulled it up, yeah.
That was on all of the news networks. And they were basically putting out there that if you were to see somebody's face change into something demonic, it's actually something we can help you out with to get you on these pills. We'll help you out. So obviously, we think that that was kind of a setup to push people more towards a medical thing than actually a spiritual thing.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gearing up for the supernatural to spill over into the natural, and they have a remedy for that. Don't worry.
Correct. So I'm seeing this, and we're walking. And by the time we get down to the meadow, we actually get in the meadow. I remember you said, you should probably talk about this, which I do on the film. I talk about it. But that's what really kicked it off for me. So we were talking about perceptions. A lot of mine was visual perception. Everything that was manipulated that I saw or thought I saw was all manipulated. And we'll get to the part later about what I thought I saw and how after reviewing everything that was being manipulated, I think there was also some manipulation there initially.
There was a UAP that crashed. In fact, there were 2 UAP that crashed, and one flew away while the other one did not, and it was recovered by the U.S. government. The U.S. government has had in the past and continues to have a very deep interest in UAP, to include the potential and possibilities of recovering crashed UAP and reverse engineering them. The United States has been involved in the recovery of objects, vehicles of unknown origin that are neither from our country or any other foreign country that we're aware of. We as a nation have been interested in not only the vehicles themselves, but the occupants of these vehicles, to include biological specimens. Ross, we're not alone. We are not alone in this universe, and it is a simple fact, and the U.S. government has been aware of that fact now for decades.